And welcome back to Mike Ferry TV. I've had several people ask me, why are you sitting down and not standing? Well, the answer is after being at the retreat in Miami Beach, I have a very bad back. So the only way I can get a little stress relief is sitting down versus standing. So excuse my casualness, but a bad back does create a lot of weird things for an old guy like me. We're going to talk today. Last week, as you know, we talked about this whole idea of prospecting and knowing which techniques bring the best response. Today, since we really do only have a couple months left in the year, and we keep preaching to people to have what we call a 14 to 15 month business plan, meaning October, November, December, to build your business for January through December of next year. And all of our clients are doing this, and as a result, their Decembers are stronger, their January and Februarys are better. My company, my staff said to me, Mike, let's do a production challenge in the fourth quarter of the year. We've done that the last 4 years. And every time we do a production challenge, people get involved, people get excited. Well, actually, I didn't tell my staff that I was doing what I did last week with you. I didn't tell them what I'm doing this week and next week with you either, because I'm doing what I think is the best thing for you. Oh, a production challenge is great. It's exciting. It's important. But we want to build a better business. We want to build a business that is predictable and duplicatable. We want to build a business where we can sit down each day and do defined activities to get specific results. You can't do that with most of the nonsense that's being taught today in real estate. So I titled today, How to Build a Strong Foundation in Your Business. And I'm going to cover these points. I think there's 20 or 21 this week and next week with you. So I want to read to you the opening paragraph. I've tried to help real estate people who have the desire to build a very strong, rock-solid foundation for their career by giving them a series of points to make that happen. I'm going to go through them with you one at a time. I'm going to ask you to write them down as I give them to you. And then what I'd like you to do is consider putting these as the foundation of your business. If you want to build a beautiful home, you have to build a strong foundation. If you're going to have a good car, it has to have a good frame or foundation. You can't build a tall building on sand. It doesn't work. So what we're going to do is, how do we build a strong foundation? If we can build in October, November, a strong foundation, we can have a great December, January through December 2014. Here's the points. Number one, having a very defined commitment, and I want you to write it this way, very defined commitment to both your business and your personal growth. It's the very beginning of a strong foundation of a great business. The problem most of us make is we never make a strong commitment to become highly successful. The commitment to building a strong business comes down to one word, the word education. Because we're the most overeducated, yes, yet undereducated industry in the world today, we see that every day. There are hundreds of seminars being done, but we're not committed to taking the information and learning it. Or in essence, what do? We take the path of least resistance. Now watch, the path of least resistance is a long ways from having a very defined commitment to what you want to accomplish and do. The path of least resistance says, okay, if I can go to a seminar and learn how to hold a better open house, I'm okay. That is not an education, that's ridiculous. So what we have to look at is, how do we build a strong commitment, which means there's a lot of education that we have to absorb, we have to take, we have to, virtually digest so we can become more productive. If you don't make a strong commitment to your education, in terms of your business personal growth, your chances of succeeding is almost nil. So the first step is making a strong commitment to your education. The second step, and I want you again to write it this way, writing, understanding, and having the ability to execute a basic business plan. Writing is one part. Understanding, having the ability to execute is the second part. But let's look at the word writing for a minute. I want you to sit down and go to my website, and you can actually get a download of an entire business plan for 2014. I mean, it's step by step by step by step what you have to do, what you have to fill in. It becomes your plan, your goals, your objectives for what you want to accomplish. Understanding is another part of that process. What did you write? What does it mean? What do all these numbers mean to me long-term in building my business? Okay? If you understand the word write, and then understand the word understand, and then have the ability to execute, you will see that The key is sitting down with a pen and saying, I want to do X. And here's the steps I have to take to make it happen. And once I make it happen, my life will become better because of that. Number one is a strong commitment. Number two is to write a good, solid business plan. Download the one from MFO and you got it made. Number three in your foundation, a determined effort, and I mean determined, that I'm not going to allow this not to happen. See what I just said? A determined effort. I am not going to allow this not to happen. Am I willing to pay the price? Am I willing to do what it takes? Am I willing to execute every day? Okay? I'm not going to allow this not to happen. See, what that is, that's an attitude. That's a mindset that you have to adapt. You take on the mindset, I'm not going to allow me to not achieve these goals. Guess what happens? You achieve these goals. But if you don't have that mindset, guess what? You don't achieve the goals you've set. Number four, of course, is a very strong time management system. I was telling a friend of mine a couple days ago that one of the great parts of my business today is the work we get to do in Europe. You know, we're doing programs in London, in Paris, all over Italy. We have coaching clients all over Italy today. We have seminars. In fact, for some of you, April of 2014, we're doing our first Superstar Retreat Europe in Rome, Italy. I think there's already 500 to 600 people signed up, and that's in April of next year. How exciting for the European great agents to be exposed to the ideas you guys and gals get all the time. But I was telling my friend a couple days ago that when I'm talking to agents in Europe and I'll say things like, okay, you got to have a good time management system. They go, wow, that's great. I say that to U.S. agents, strong management, time management system. Oh yeah, I've heard that before, big deal. No. The biggest weakness in our business, and has been for the last 30 or 40 years, is the lack of time management. Building a strong system allows you to do everything you want on your list or business plan in 7 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. A strong time management system allows you to have a couple days a week off. It allows you to work virtually 5 days a week. It allows you to take several weeks of vacation, to go to a superstar retreat. Now, here's my question for you. Do you really have a strong time management system? If you don't, you can get one by simply saying, here's my goal, here's how many appointments I'll need to accomplish that, here's how many leads I need to generate, here's how many hours I have to prospect to generate those leads. Number five in our foundation, an in-depth understanding that real estate is a business. It's a business. Guys and gals, look at the lackadaisical, apathetic attitude real estate agents have today. It's almost scary to see the apathy among agents. Well, if I get a deal, great. If I don't, it's okay. But you got a great lead here. Yeah, I'll call them if I have a chance. A chance to do what? You're on Facebook or you're at Starbucks? Starbucks loves the business. I'm sure Facebook loves having you on too. Is that really going to get you the business you want? It's not a game you're playing. It's a business, and it has to be treated like a business every single day. Watch. A lot of our great brokers and a lot of our great agent clients have said time and time again, I model what I do after the Mike Ferry organization. We have a time management system in place. Okay, we understand we're in business. We treat what we do as a business each day. We take all the steps required to build a business. Are you doing the same? Think about it this way. If your seller actually hired a private detective and watched you for the next 3 or 4 weeks, would they be impressed? Would they say, wow, that guy or gal really understands the business of being in business? Excuse me, number 6, an unwavering determination to achieve the goals you've set. Unwavering determination to achieve the goals you've set. Mike, what do you mean by unwavering? I'm not going to allow myself not to achieve the goals I've set. Is there anything you want bad enough you'll fight for it? Well, now think about it this way. You'll fight to protect your children. You'll fight to protect your spouse. You'll fight to protect the livelihood you have to accommodate your family and to take care of them. Why don't you fight to go out and achieve the goals you've set? An unwavering determination to do what it takes to achieve the goals you've set. Number 7 in terms of our foundation, an absolute commitment, and it may be the hardest part of the whole thing, and if you really want to think about it, you might want to put a star next to this, that you're not going to change your mind as to what you're trying to accomplish. Hey, Mike, I'm 30 days into this deal and it's not working that well. I think I'll go ahead and just adjust my goals down. I think I'm going to go from you to your friend Floyd Wickman. Great guy. No, then I think I'm going to switch from Floyd to Brian Buffini. Great guy. Wait a minute. How do you expect to accomplish anything of value if you're virtually not committed? Commitment is everything. Number 8 on our foundation, working daily to control the emotional ups and downs that we all experience. Guys and gals, it's an emotional business. Why? Because there's no cash flow in real estate. As you've heard me say in the past, there's no cash flow, there's cash spurts. You get a check, may not get one for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Get a check, may not get one for 2 weeks. Get a check, may not get one for 8 weeks. That brings the emotions into the business. Plus, if you're dealing with buyers all the time, it's highly emotional. Buyers are emotional, sellers are reality-based. So you have to understand that you have to work every day to control your emotional ups and downs. Number 9 on our list, okay? Selling yourself. Selling yourself every day on the goals you've set. Why? Because, see, you're going to be discouraged at times. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have days, maybe even weeks where nothing goes the way you want it. It's that constant reselling, that constant reselling, that constant reselling of the goals that you've set. And then, of course, I want to give you point number 10 this week, and then I'm going to ask you to go back and review this particular program at least 3 times to start building your foundation. Now watch point 10, developing a simple, predictable, and duplicatable business system. Predictable, duplicatable business system. Now here's the thought. Maybe talk to more people. Maybe ask more questions. Maybe have canned presentations. Maybe become more focused on listing property than selling to buyers. How about this? Maybe learning the answers to the objections that you receive on a regular basis. Watch. Predictable, duplicatable. Okay, you're holding an open house on Sunday, and somebody walks in and buys it. And of course, you're happy. Seller's happy, buyer's happy, you get 2 commission checks, you're happy. Wow, what a great day. Realistically, how often is that going to happen? Can you predict when the next buyer is going to walk in? I don't think so. Can you predict when the next seller is going to say to you, drop the price, do whatever it takes to get it sold? Yes, because see, working with the seller directly is predictable. Working with the buyer is not predictable. Predictable and duplicatable is what causes the business to grow. The emotional ups and downs keep your business from growing. Now let's remember. I think I said to you last week, if you want to do 3, 5, 8, 10 deals a year, building a strong foundation is not the issue. You want to go ahead and do 15, 20, 40, 80, 100 deals a year? Hey, you've got to have a strong foundation. Next week, we'll look at the second half of building a strong foundation. See you then.